3, 2, 1. Hi. It's your 1 a.m. update. Probably be 3 by the time I get done this. How are you? Time to check in. Are you happy? Are you taking care of yourself? Healthy? Are you staying safe? Just want to see what was up. It's been a little while, so I had to say hi and give you an update on a couple different things. This is not a message about you, having to hurry up and come back to work, because there's no plan for that at the moment. And the state, there's a lot of discussion. Georgia opened up today, or salons opened up there, but that's not Florida. And even when Florida makes that determination for when salons are in line for that, it will ultimately be up to us when we decide that it's the right time. So, and that's for you too. So don't feel pressured or obligated when that time comes. If it's not right for you, it's not right for you. And then for those of you that are ready and can't wait to get out and get back in there, that'll be for you to do. And for those of you that aren't, you take it one day at a time. So a couple things I want to update you on. One is, first is the PPP, so the Payroll Protection Program. So when that was first designed, it was early on in March, before they knew how long the quarantines were going to be, and it was designed as if we would be back to work when it started. And we're not, but they haven't given us guidance on how to classify the pay when it's paid. Is it called time off? Is it called work time? Is it supposed to be work time? So I'm hearing so many different things, and there still is not a defined way to do it. And what they're saying is, talk to your bank at the end, which by that time could be too late, because if we don't do it right, the penalty is it becomes a loan and not a grant, or I don't know what else they're calling it. It wouldn't be forgiven. So to make sure that we, and it's a big number that could end up being a loan if it's not done the way we're supposed to do it, but there's not a lot of detail on how it's supposed to be done still. So the question was, well, what pay period did that cover? Well, I don't know that it actually did cover a specific pay period, because we got the money in the middle of what should have been a pay period, but we could have gone back too far. And if we would have went before, if you paid the money out for time that had already passed, it might not count. They didn't clarify that. So we have not designated it for a specific pay period, because we don't know which way it's going to land yet. So there's still some discussion about that, and still trying to figure that part out. So to make sure that we do it correctly, and I'm going to be diligent about it, because there could actually be agents from the IRS that do the audit, because they're going to audit everything at the end. And right now, a couple things I've said to look at were, we have to look at the exact time period in 2019. So April and May of 2019, or the 8-week period, the 56 days from when we got the money till, whatever time period that is, it's going to be in June at some point, a little bit of June, yeah, first week of June. And then they also want to look at the first 2 months of 2020. So they're looking at both those. These are some of the things that I'm hearing. So what is all this about? What am I saying with all that? Well, I want to record this time as if it's actual work time. Obviously, I don't expect anybody to be in the salon working on cutting people's hair. But while you're at home, and whatever it is that you're doing at home, please keep a record of, and you can do it by day, the things that you're doing that are work-related. Now, work-related can be in these classifications, okay? So think about it like this. Obviously, the work-related things that would, be natural as a thought of like, oh, this is definitely a, if I'm making a video for something, that's a video about a haircut or something, or a video about a how-to, or you're on a call, or even the Barbicide course that many of you took, that counts. Okay, so put that on there as well. Some of the other things that I want you to keep a list of are if you have a client who purchases a retouch package. Now, your conversation with them when they buy, so your beforehand conversation, whether you're giving them the instructions or however that goes, count that as an hour of time with them. In the consult, you don't even have to put the detail about it, just put retouch conversation. So when you talk to them about that, so then some of you, I know I heard this and I thought this was really cool, you're actually doing FaceTime conversations with them while they were applying. So if you do that, add that to that time, and then if you do a follow-up afterwards, add that to the time, and just make those each an hour each, whether you did an hour or not, but just put that down for that block of time. If you create a video, and I'll put a list of these things up there too, but if you create any kind of video that, you know, any kind of how-to video, or you can create videos on your favorite products, favorite Robert of Philadelphia products, put those, because I can use those, and we need those anyway. So whatever it is that you want to say about it, and listen, these don't need to be perfect. Just have them be you, just have them be natural, and just your expression about what it is. Any how-to videos, and I know some of you are really shy about that, it's really uncomfortable for you, but so it'd be a stretch for you to do that, but it's my request that during this time maybe you have to get a little bit uncomfortable. There are classes, the schools, the local schools need your guidance. They're vast that we have some people participate on with their students, like teaching them, and you can pick whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. They haven't been, they're desperate right now. They need you, so they're not saying, oh, it has to be, you know, you have to do a demo of a haircut, which could be difficult, you know, setting the phone up and things like that. But if you can work that out, I know that Robin has one scheduled already with Delia, the school in Immokalee, so thank you, Robin, for doing that. The number is going to be in there, and I'll post it again if you want to contact her directly. And I think Cosmo is looking for some support that way, and maybe even T-Spa, and I don't know if Palm Beach, I don't know which other schools are, but we can reach out to them and see if there's a way that we want to that we can help them. But that counts too. So if you do one of those sessions, add that in there as well. So I'm not asking that you fill up an 8-hour day. Just track over time the projects that you're working on that are within that. So if you do it just day by day at the end of the pay period, you know, I'll be able to compile that, because if there's an auditor and I say, yeah, everybody was working from home, and now here's the other parts that count, the good parts, okay? So you're saying, well, geez, all day I'm, you know, taking care of other people. And by the way, I know that you're all taking care of someone. It's who you are. You know, you're always doing that. That's in your blood. You're always taking care of someone and helping somebody or a group of people. It's just your nature. I know you. It's why you're here. It's why you do what you do. It's why you're a part of this family. You're always doing that. So whatever you're doing in that arena, okay? Some of you are teaching at home. You're homeschooling. That counts, okay? You're educating. You're doing whatever you're doing with your children. You're having, you know, you're being an art teacher. You're being a math teacher. So just put that block of time. You don't have to be specific about what it was or what class it was, but you did class time with the kids, or you did play time with the kids, or whatever it was. That counts. Okay, here's the other one. If you're exercising, if you're taking care of your well-being, if you're doing yoga, and you're working out every day or a few times a week, whatever that is, that counts. So a workout counts. Count that as part of the work program. That, yeah, we have physical fitness in here. So the virtual salon from home. Again, I'll put a list of different ones that you can do on there. And you'll probably come up with some other things too. If you make a video, make sure that your phone is turned sideways so that it's you know, this way instead of this way, okay? Let's see here. Now, oh yeah, I wanted to say videos, tutorial. Like tomorrow, or today, probably when you're going to see this, which is going to be Friday morning. So this is Friday morning, but it's 12:45 a.m. But you may see this at 8 or 9 in the morning. there will be there's a Zoom call that's for the associates. You're welcome to join that call and participate on that. If you need the details for that, BB has that call information and the time. Let's see what else there is. Okay. Yeah, all right. That's the main stuff on that. Oh, community service. If you're doing any form of community service, I know some of you you do that anyway. It's kind of a natural thing. You're always doing some form of that. No, I mean doing it safely as well too. So I don't mean, go out there and risk yourself for that. But if you're delivering food safely, if whatever it is that you're doing, or you do something with your church, or you're just doing, I don't know. I've gotten messages from some of you that you're doing some really nice things for people. Include that on there as well. So all those things count in addition to the basics, okay? So the first line items are you doing consults with people, or do people need your help with their retouches? You're going to do that. And while they're doing it, you're going to use that. And videos, any form of how-to. Please be totally creative. Create whatever you want with that. All right. I think you kind of get the gist of it with that. Keep track of that on a daily basis. Just a little list of what it was, how many consults you did, who you consulted with, and then we will have that as backup for each pay period and also for this audit. And as I find out more about that, then I'll know. Everybody's creating from home. They're creating art for the salon, or creating, they're doing haircuts from home. I don't mean haircuts on clients. I know some people I've heard are doing haircuts at clients' houses. I'm not talking about that. And please, if you are doing that, you cannot do it under the name of Robert of Philadelphia. Let them know you're doing it on your own. There's a huge liability in that if anybody's doing that on our part. So make sure that you're not repping the business on that, just to keep us out of any form of any problems at all with that. Because while the stay-at-home order is on, if something should happen, it's going to fall back on us. So that part wouldn't count. If you're doing clients right now, I don't even want to have that in this conversation. It doesn't count for this part here. Okay. I think that's all for this segment. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm also going to create, by the way, thank you for, adapting to the new technology, because there's, a lot of shifts, figuring out Zoom. For some of you, that's a whole other world. Then, Venmo, and, by the way, Venmo's out. We're not using Venmo anymore. And then, we had, what was the next one? Oh, Telegram was the other one. And by the way, that's it really helps me a lot to be on that platform versus texting, especially with the number of people. And there's not just our people, but there's other people outside of us that I'm communicating with, and revamping the Shopify site, which is where people buy things. So I've got somebody I'm working with on that. I've got our vendors where I'm trying to negotiate with, and there's a lot of things happening all around. And I know some of you asked to help, but right now I don't know specifically what it is, because each day it's something new. Today or this week the internet's been out at the promenade, and that's kind of our hub for the deliveries and that process. So meeting the internet guy there to help get that sorted out so that the deliveries can go out, and then we've had some great support. Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you, Jade and Lexi. I've been helping out with the processing and delivery, and that's a new world. It's a whole new business that we're setting up, but we don't have a lot of resources for that. So it's not the way we were. It's not 2 months ago or 3 months ago, the way for many years, the way we did things. We had a ton of support staff, a ton of people, and we had money coming in that we could use for breakdowns or breakthroughs or lagniappes or doing nice things for people. We don't have that luxury right now. So We have very small windows of delivery. We want to make sure we get things right the first time, because one mistake on a color order, somebody's got to go deliver it again. The color's got to be remixed. So there's not a lot of money coming in to pay for the product. You say, oh, well, it's $95, but yeah, most of that's being paid out in the labor part of it. So I just want to make everybody aware of that fact. So there's, well, people have said, well, can I just come pick it up? Or, I don't want to get into the liability of that, of people doing drive up, and then I've got to have people there at a specific time. So, we're kind of learning as we go. And I'm sure you've noticed with the restaurants how, they've had to reinvent themselves, how they're doing business now. Some of them haven't figured out how to put their menu online yet, so that people can order online that way, or see the menu for pickup. And there's signs outside, and there's systems for how you pay and how they, touch-free drop-off, and you're all seeing it, how all that works. But we've got to work the bugs out of this part for us, and we still are. So it's just a few people doing it right now, so doing the best we can. So I just want to make you aware of that part of it. So, before we used to tell people, yeah, we can drop it off anytime, whenever you want it. That was our way. But because I want to limit the exposure of how we deliver, who we, the times that we deliver, and the ways. We've had orders, days where we've had 16. I think we had 20 something deliveries. We had 12 or 13 per person. So it takes a lot of coordination. Takes a lot of, the packaging is all evolved, so you'll see that if you haven't seen that. It goes in these nice syringes and looks really great, and Jay does a nice job of packing them up, and Becca does a great job of, orchestrating the whole process and organizing everything, getting it all set up and communicating with you to get the colors, formulas correct, and then Lexi gets out in the lime green Kia and does the deliveries around town into all the posh neighborhoods. We want to expand that. We want to do that more. It doesn't necessarily need to be even for retouches, and just for the general products, as hair products, because we have everything now. We have every single product that we were out of. We have them all now, and we can deliver those locally just the same way. So get that message out to people. All right, a lot of ranting. Am I still even recording? Yes, it is. Okay, good. My audio is on good. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything else. If I did, I'll probably add it on to the end of here. Yeah, I don't think I did. Okay, that's it. I'm also going to make a... in time, yeah, okay. This is add on to what we do, because one of the things that we're going to be adding on to the list is we're going to need the salons prepped and ready. They're going to need to be cleaned, straightened up, reorganized, redone. I've been around all of them. I'm making messes at some of them too, but they're all going to need to be spruced up and changed, and that's going to be a part of the implementation process. There's no rush to do that. But there may be time earlier on that we can start the process of at least cleaning them up, don't want to put anybody out who doesn't want to do that, or put anybody in harm's way. But if you're looking for something, that's something that needs to be done along the way, but not with a big crowd. You lock yourself in, turn the music up, and have at it in there. Inventory is going to need to be done. Counting, seeing what we need, seeing what we have. And then we're going to have to deal with reordering and how that's all going to work. So there's some projects that are on the horizon anyway. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up a little early because it's only 12:54 right now, so that I don't stay up all night. Just keep it an early one, okay? Thank you. Thanks for your patience. If I've left you with more questions than answers, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I'm figuring things out as we go and just throwing thoughts out there as I make this, but not having it interactive in the moment. I don't know what you're left with there, so it would be helpful to me if you would give me a little message on the Telegram app. That helps to say you saw this and what your takeaways from it were, okay? That will be a way that I know that you got to see it, and what either you got from it or what you're confused by or what questions you might have. Now, I might not even answer those, but maybe I'll make another video and answer a group of them, or do the research so I can find out what some answers are. I don't know if I'll have them or not, okay? And by the way, Diana, that remodel job you're doing looks really good. I'm going to put a picture of that up there. It's pretty cool. You're going to teach us how to do that. That could be a how-to video too, okay? All right, I miss you all. I love you. I can't wait to see you. I mean, last Friday when we were doing, I think it was Friday, yeah, when we were doing the curbside pickup on the paychecks, it was so great to see you. Those of you that stopped by, man, it just was heartwarming. It felt so good. I was in the salons today, picking up a few things, getting mail, and just general checkup. And oh, so lonely, so sad. Those places are nothing without you. They just nothing without you in there. I mean, really, they're just empty and soulless and missing you. So it's really, I don't even like going there right now. But it'll get back to getting back to what it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be. So one day at a time right now. Just adapting and, doing the best we can with the way things are. All right. I miss you. I love you. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, turn this thing off. Yeah. Okay. Did it record? I don't even know if it recorded. Yay. Did it? Oh my gosh. It did. Yay.